Tonight, a St. Louis man thinks he's being singled out for his past. He wanted to rent a new apartment and was met with a big no. The I-Team's Paula Vassan went straight to the fine print for answers.
It's basically me back in my youth.
A mistake at 18 cost Brandon Reid 5 years of his life.
I was just a kid that really wanted to fit in. I was a heavy drug user.
He's been out of prison for 12 years.
I donate to local charities. I pay my taxes.
And works here at the St. Louis nonprofit Criminal Justice Ministry.
Providing services to individuals who've been incarcerated. And I'm also the president of Pride St. Louis.
He'll soon be working toward a master's degree at Washington University. But he says at one local housing complex, all they see is a threat.
Yeah.
About a month ago, Reid realized he was ready for a bigger space.
This all started from me wanting a dog.
He ended up in South City at the Hampton Gardens apartment complex.
I asked them about their pricing. I asked about, their credit score.
And their policy. He disclosed his 2 nonviolent felony convictions from years ago.
And they told me, oh, no. If you've had a felony within the past 100 years, you're not eligible to apply.
They said 100 years.
100 years. 100 years.
How did you feel when you saw that policy?
Like I just got out of prison.
Reid says the policy he was handed explains applicants face automatic rejection if they've been convicted of a felony or have had a serious misdemeanor offense.
And I was talking to my mom, and I was like, Mom, this just doesn't feel right.
In 2016, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development warned blanket criminal bans may violate the Fair Housing Act. It stated such bans could be discriminatory, even if it wasn't intentional.
Is this housing complex being discriminatory?
Absolutely.
We showed up at the leasing office to get their side. No one came out to talk with us. The I-Team called and emailed at least 5 times requesting an interview. They emailed us a statement. It says in part, Hampton Gardens is committed to equal housing opportunity. Housing laws permit criminal background screening. The policy is intended to protect residents, not meant to be punitive. It adds denials can be reevaluated upon request. The company says this isn't their official policy. A spokesperson calls it outdated paperwork and says they're taking action.
It looks like they're trying to kind of cover for themselves.
Reid says his rejection shows how hard it is for people like him to find a place to live.
State data shows about 45% of people in Missouri who have gone to prison return within 5 years of their release. Housing advocates say easier access to housing means more stability, decreasing the likelihood people will return to crime.
Oh, it's essential.
Reid's boss, Tom Casey, spearheads a housing program for hundreds of people in St. Louis.
We provide them an apartment. They've got a case manager, access to mental health support, substance abuse support.
How important is housing in ensuring that people who get out of prison don't go back?
I think it's one of the major factors.
Just 22% of people in the ministry's housing program return to prison. That's less than half the state's average.
Our rate for recidivism is much lower.
It's why he urges landlords to give Reid and others a second chance.
And really evaluate tenants on who they are today.
For Reid, that's a 35-year-old whose purpose is helping others.
I guess that's what kind of drives me to wake up in the morning.
Not allowing mistakes to define his future. Just a few days ago, Reid found a new 1-bedroom. He moves in June 1st. For the I-Team, Paula Vassan, 5 on your side.
You can find the full statement from the Hampton Gardens apartment complex with this story at ksdk.com.